Just within the last hour or so, this is the best it has looked all day. Mostly cloudy conditions, a couple of different variations of precip falling out of the sky. That's helped suppress a lot of the pollen. I should say the pollen, so manageable today when you get some of that higher humidity levels in the atmosphere. I want to talk about temperatures first because moving forward, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Moving forward, Thursday and Friday morning, we have freeze warnings in place. This morning we started in the mid-30s for Grand Junction and for Montrose, 34, 35. We get into tomorrow morning under the freeze warning, and it'll expire right around 10 a.m., begins at midnight tonight. Some of the coldest temperatures will be realized right around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5, even 6 and 7 a.m. That's where we dip into the middle 20s. Now, records for Grand Junction, 23 degrees. We're forecasting a little bit better than that. For Montrose, the record low is 19 degrees. We're forecasting slightly better than that. So this is the opportunity now this afternoon for you to think about any of those exterior pipes, maybe wrap them or leave them on a very slow drip so you don't allow those exterior pipes to freeze. And that includes irrigation and cooling systems as well. So just a heads up, we're going to get these colder temperatures. In fact, after about 11 o'clock tonight, we're already going to be at the freezing mark, 32. We're not far from there now. We're about 10 degrees better, 46, 42, 50 degrees. We've just been struggling today with some of these temperatures. And of course, that cold front eventually did pass through, and we saw the benefit of that, putting down some very light snow showers, made the use of windshield wipers a priority for the midday today. That was brief, and we did get some wet streets out of it. High temperatures today, not much better than our currents right now. The difference is we still have wind, and we get wind chill when we're cooler than 50 degrees, and we have wind speeds greater than 5 miles per hour. So there's a bit of a chill, so you might want to grab that layer. If you're out walking the dog, nothing wrong with gloves or a vest to keep that core warm. Now, there's not a lot of difference in the temperature tomorrow either. Remember, we've always maintained this forecast as a rather cool work week, and we will get improvements this weekend. We don't lose the wind exactly. We're going to keep it in the forecast. Right now, we're 5 to 20 miles per hour. Breezy at best, on and off throughout the day. Top wind gusts, fortunate that we've not experienced those really strong winds that we had earlier. Yesterday, upper 40s, low 50s. We just don't have that. We're in the 30 to 40 mile per hour zone. But this is where we'll be again tomorrow for the Thursday. Breezy on the Friday as well. So we keep wind in the forecast. Unsettled conditions. Now, the mountain zones are going to continue to pick up little bits here, little bits there, and that's snow that I'm talking about. High elevation snow. If you go through the mountain passes, you're likely going to encounter wet roads. And of course, if you're during the overnight early morning hours, those will likely freeze up briefly. So just be careful traveling. Pass levels right around 10,000 feet. Snow is a little bit higher than that falling. So with that being the case, if you're heading to the Front Range, anytime in these next couple of afternoons, you're going to get the more severe storms out of this. But for the mountain zones, including the western slope, we're going to see this again cruising through tomorrow afternoon. Same scenario, high elevation base, not a whole lot of official forecasts calling for rain and or snow. But to see those snowflakes, again, a little disheartening when we're pushing towards late April to see that. We'd like to see more sunshine, but I think the more gripes I heard about that, the more it made me realize people really enjoy warmer temperatures and sunshine. Speaking of warmer temperatures and sunshine, we're going to have to wait for the warmth this weekend. By the end of the weekend, we'll catch better temperatures, and by the start of next week, we will also maintain those warmer temperatures, not nearly as warm as those 80s we achieved earlier, but this is going to be a slow recovery. We're very unsettled. It's very winter-like. I might even say blustery, because with the wind and the cold temperatures, that's something you're going to have to contend with. Getting into the weekend, however, we sort of calm things down a little bit with the wind speeds, allow temperatures to improve a little bit. By the way, by the end of the weekend, we'll be back and slightly above those averages. Just in time for another storm system, folks. We will be looking at the beginning of next week. Get a round of showers and thunderstorms, a little bit more sunshine to heat things up and get things moving. Of course, we will keep wind in the forecast during that time as well, and we'll also start talking about thunderstorm gusts and outflows at that point. So we're getting there. We just have to contend with some of these unsettled conditions that come and go. For example, mid-40s, mid-50s for the next couple of days at Montrose. Yeah, I think that does qualify as late winter, early spring, so maybe grab a vest.